What's up YouTube, it's Stock Picks by Tim, and in this video, I'm going to cover Bngo or Bngo stock, Bionano Genomics. Now they do have their earnings coming up. By the time you watch this, it may already be out, but don't forget to stick around because I will be covering their earnings call, at the very least just cutting it up, giving you the key points. But in this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on earnings coming up here, may have already passed, and I'm also going to be looking at the technicals on Bngo and some points to watch out for. And we also have some recent news, so I'm going to go over that too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, definitely appreciate you guys. I put out daily videos and I just realized my mic is a little too far from my face, so hopefully that's better. Let's get into it. Now, I'll leave you a link below on this news so you can read it for yourself, but I'm just going to glance over it. And the title says, Bionano Genomics announces publication of landmark research study in myelodysplastic syndrome showing OGM data would result in revised prognostic risk classification or additional actionable variants in 28% of participants. Now, what the heck does that mean? I'm not a doctor, but let's look at it. So basically, when OGM was used instead of karyotyping, which is another way to look at people's genes, essentially, 17 to 21% of study subjects had different prognostic risk scores. They basically had a different outcome compared to going through karyotyping. Of those people, 13% of the subjects, additional pathogenic variants were revealed. So things were found that weren't found through karyotyping. And also these OGM results were compared to results of NGS, next generation sequencing. And this comparison basically showed that the utility of OGM goes above and beyond that of karyotyping, is not provided by NGS, next generation sequencing. But essentially here, the study underscores the potential for OGM to become a single platform cytogenetic tool for structural variant profiling in indications such as MDS, shows that when OGM and NGS next-gen sequencing are combined, the success rate of finding pathogenetic variants is higher than any traditional method. So OGM is definitely the way to go, and it basically helps the doctors find the genetic aberrations easier. So it's another tool in the toolbox among karyotyping, among FISH, chromosomal microarray analysis, CMA. There are definitely a lot of different ways to look at someone's genes, but it does appear that OGM has its own uses compared to the others. So in this study, the findings essentially showed that OGM detected nearly twice the number of pathogenic SV structural variants compared to traditional methods. The risk scores were different for 21% of study subjects, and I think this is definitely very big news. And the CEO, Eric Holmlin, does say, "We're thrilled to see the remarkable results from the study, which we believe illustrate the clinical utility of OGM in MDS. And the study shows that OGM can have higher resolution, be faster, and reveal far more variants than traditional methods. This is definitely big. This is another positive for Bionano Genomics and their product, the Sapphire, or Sapphire, however you want to say it." Alright guys, now I did want to show you the technicals. I haven't looked at the chart lately, but you'll see we did break from this ascending channel here. Once it broke down, it found support right around this previous resistance here. It tells a story. It tells a clear story. Bounced off of there and is continuing higher. Now zooming up a bit, we did gap up, so it's very possible we fill this gap, come down to about 210 before pushing higher. Typically new highs continue to bring new highs. Just like new lows bring new lows, the opposite can be said. So what do I expect for Bngo? Well, to be honest, I don't know. Honestly, what determines where Bngo moves is one, where the market's going to go, obviously, but another big thing is going to be their earnings. Are they going to beat? Are they going to miss? Are they going to give a good outlook, a good expectation moving forwards? That's what I'm going to be looking for. And I will leave you the link down below so you can just easily go to their earnings call. Sometimes it's not too easy for people to find, but it is right here on their investor relations page, and you can just simply click on this, sign up for the call. It'll ask your company name, just put NA or none, and you can sign right up. It doesn't cost you anything, and you can listen to their earnings call. But if you want to stick around, I will cover it probably sometime tomorrow. I do have work today, but I will be covering their earnings call, so definitely stick around. But going back to the chart, Bngo definitely trades very heavily on technicals, and you see that if there isn't any crazy news, any crazy moves in the market, Bngo will just follow its own technicals. You'll see that it was on this uptrend here. Once it broke, it continued down. You see we were on this kind of contraction. Once it broke, it continued down. We were on an uptrend. Once it broke, it continued down. I mean, definitely with the Bngo, you definitely want to watch for the channels. It does like to ride that momentum, and once it breaks, typically that's definitive, and it will just push that direction once it breaks. Whichever direction it breaks to, it will push, typically. I mean, I didn't adjust any of these trend lines. These have all been in, before they broke, so before these broke, these trend lines were here. It just shows you how clearly Bngo likes to trade based on technicals. So I got something for you to watch here. We do have this triangle forming. Once we break out of this, it will likely dictate the direction, but of course, by then, earnings will come out, and that will dictate the direction, whether it's good or bad. After hours and pre-market will decide where this starts moving. and then you're going to want to watch the trend from there. But that's basically it for you guys today. Just a quick update on Bngo. How are you feeling about Bngo's earnings coming up? By the time you watch this, it's very likely the earnings already came out. Hopefully they went good, but we will see. What I'm looking for is revenue growth. We've definitely had a little bit of a decline in revenue as of lately, last couple quarters. So I do want to see it continue to grow. Although if it doesn't beat quarter over quarter, I at least want to see the revenue continuing to grow year over year, further confirming what I think about Bngo. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and take it easy.